Hi, today is August 18th, Sunday, 2024, and I thought I'd try to make a video using the Astropoly to demonstrate the relationship between string theory, geopolitics, and astronomy as well as astrology. So I'm using these light beams to show where Jupiter was in the relationship between the birth chart of a country, the birth chart of a president, and the birth chart of a given date in the modern day time. So the birth chart of the country is 1976 Jupiter in Virgo on this axis, opposite to Pisces, which is when the war started on February 24th with the Sun in Pisces of 2022, with Jupiter also in Pisces, as well as Neptune, master of the house of Pisces, in Pisces. So that's a lot of things to be tugged into Pisces, you know. And perpendicular to that is where the moon was on February 24th, 2022, in Sagittarius. Okay, it was reflecting that interception. And the people who were at war were Vladimir Putin, who is a Libra, so that's why I put this little chip here to represent where his sun was at, and Vladimir Zelensky, who was born with Jupiter here. I should use a different colored chips, maybe a blue one, that will help. There. And he was born with the sun over here. Whereas, what's his face? Vladimir Putin was born with Jupiter, year of the dragon. So let me show you what happens. Mars governs the Libra, which is the sign of Putin, and it also governs Taurus, which is where he had Jupiter. So for him, Venus is very strong. So is Mars, which is his co-governor, because the other side of a Libra is an Aries. And both of those planets were perpendicular, okay, perfectly perpendicular to what his sign is. So that's all the reason to put his head upside down. And he is seeing with his Jupiter over here, and the sun of Zelensky is over there. So there too, they are perpendicular, perfectly perpendicular. Similarly to in the same axis of where we had 1776 for Jupiter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, who shot Donald Trump is a Gemini. So again, we have a perpendicularity right here. Let me take those chips away so that we don't get confused with Putin and Zelensky. Here we have a perpendicularity of their sun position, Trump and Crooks. And Thomas Matthew Crooks was born with Jupiter over here in Leo, whereas for Trump it was perpendicular. Okay? And so it is this reverse things that causes the misunderstanding between people. You cannot send a frequency wave down a hallway and expect it to make a 90-degree turn for somebody to get it perfectly all right. They're gonna need some kind of mirror or something there to be able to reflect what you're saying. And if the sun is not here, you cannot see that, right? If the moon is not here, you cannot see that. If it's another planet like this reflects very little. So make sure you understand this, and I think that's pretty close. Let me show you a fourth one again, which is interesting. France versus the, which is again on the Libra Aries axis, and the Cancer Capricorn axis. Okay? So here, what we have is France independence is on the 14th of July, which is governed by Cancer. Cancer is governed by the moon, which takes 28 days to go around, and 28 divided by 2 is 14. So that's where the sun is for France. As for Jupiter, it became independent or had its revolution in 1789. If I look on the date here, I have 1989 when the Berlin Wall fell in Gemini. So to go back to 1789, I stay in the air sign and I go back 100 years, 1889, Jupiter was in Aquarius. 100 years before, stay in the air, I'm in Libra. And so that means that in 1789, Jupiter was here in Libra while the Sun was over here. And that is perpendicular to the 14th of October when the Battle of Hastings happened for the UK against France. And that was in 1066 with Jupiter right here in Cancer. So understand, if you want a relationship that works, do the Biden Kamala Harris thing and you'll have a tandem that works where both people are seeing eye to eye. Okay? And so that's the essence of it. And I hope it makes sense to you. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your summer. Take care.